Which 2026 truck should you buy if reliability is your number one buying reason and you need to buy a brand new truck? Those are big questions. Hey, it's Tim, Pickup Truck Plus SUV Talk. I'm on my way back from the SEMA show in Las Vegas. It's a huge aftermarket show. I had a blast checking out all sorts of new accessories, talking to the different sponsors and my colleagues. I saw a lot of cool trucks. And I'm driving through Utah on the way to Colorado, back to Nebraska, and I'm thinking about this in the back of my head. We've had a lot of news this week about trucks and reliabilities, engines and transmissions, and gosh, it seems like everybody's having a problem lately. And you know, today is Friday, which means it's Truck News Recap Day, where I recap the news happened this week and we talk about it. Well, let's do that in the framework of reliability, because it's been a big topic, like I alluded to. And if you listen to this podcast, well, you're welcome. I've been struggling to find a podcast I actually want to listen to on my Apple podcast player. So I hope this one's interesting, because the stuff I've been flipping through has not been. So let's do a little unusual. Usually I'm at my office, at my desk, I'm showing the website and things, but I got it in my brain today. Let's talk about reliability. Let's go through the brands. You know, for example, let's start with Ford. We have the Ford F-150. Been a pretty solid truck, right? We haven't had a whole lot of issues over the years, except for the last couple of years. Yeah, the last couple of years, we've had a lot of consumer complaints about the 10-speed automatic transmission. A lot of gear hunting there, learning transmission. So a lot of people have turned up the learning aspect of that transmission. There's some dealerships I've seen online talked about the EcoBoost engine. They really like the engine, they find it really reliable. And in the comment right below that video, I see the dealership below going, no way, that's the least reliable engine out there. Cam phaser problems, there's a couple other issues with that. And then I have a story coming out next week about the 2026 F-150 EcoBoost engine and the Power Boost as well. They're hybrid. That's going to cause some people some questions of reliability on that one. Sorry for the teaser. I'm not ready to release that detail quite yet. Then we have the 5-liter V8 that has added some complexity. We've had a wet belt on it. We have SIM deactivation now. We have more things on it that cause people concerns with reliability. You know, those questions in people's minds. So as far as powertrain goes, there's been some questions with Ford. I don't know if that's the right choice. Then we have the GM twins, right? The Chevy Silverado 1500 and the GMC Sierra 1500. Had some concerns with the 5.3-liter V8. 5.3-liter, we've had lifter issues at times. I still have hear those complaints online. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Sometimes some dealers tell me that that's all just a maintenance item and there's no problems. Other dealers tell me they have a couple in their shop. The challenge is, with all this stuff, is trying to understand statistically how does it factor in. And I talk about this a lot on the channel. Statistically, you know, Ford, for example, sells 500,000 to 600,000. I think it's 500,000 to 700,000 F-Series trucks a year. That includes F-250, 350, and 450. So, you know, if you have 100 trucks that have problems, but you sell 500,000, the odds are low. I think the same thing applies for everything I'm talking about. GM full-size trucks could be the same way, right? So there are people that have issues with lifters on V8s. No argument there. But is that all of them? I don't know. Then we have a really big recall on the 6.2-liter V8. They're having big issues in that. Some of the parts finishing wasn't done correctly from the supplier. The GM has a test for that. They're replacing engines. The challenge with that, though, is they decided to go with a heavier weight oil and extend the warranty. Now, the extension of the warranty is nice. Heavier weight oil, which is like from 0W20 to 0W40, that's caused a lot of debate online. That's caused a lot of analysis, of discussion about whether the heavyweight oil means anything, or just opened up Pandora's box on that. So there's a lot of concern on that. I thought the 3-liter Duramax diesel was the best engine out there. And then I reported last week, or week before, about some issues with that, with the thrust bearing issue. So that became an issue. Ugh. And then the 2.7 seems like that's best engine, good warranty, 100,000 miles. So that seems like it's a good deal. And then we found out that GM did not get the license agreement re-signed with Allison Transmissions. Now that really impacted the 2500 and 3500, the heavy duty trucks, in the way we classify things. So everything's light duty. You go light duty to heavy duty, but then inside light duty is heavy duty. It's confusing. I get it. That's how we do things in the United States. So heavy duty, which is 4500, 5500, 6500, the old Kodiak Chevrolet trucks, now Silverados, are considered medium duty. They will still have Allison Transmissions, but the 2500 and 3500 will not have the badge anymore. They were just rebadged Allison Transmissions. So I looked at this as a business deal, because that's how I saw it. I screwed up. I did not read the room right. And I did not see the amount of anger people have towards GM and towards the quality of the transmissions. A lot of people out there think the 10-speed transmission that they co-developed with Ford is terrible on the light duty side and the heavy duty side. They think that transmission is worthless, and now that GM is not partnering with Allison, that it's got a huge problem. Well, that 10-speed transmission is used throughout GM's full-size trucks. Engine transmission issues. Ford, engine transmission issues. Okay, so Toyota. Toyota is known as being the most reliable vehicle out there, right? It's gosh, I've done, what, 3 different million-mile trucks. I've done 2 Vic Shepherd trucks. I've done his friend Aaron Morvant, his truck. I've put it out there that the million-mile Tundra and Toyota Tundra truck has been really reliable, because I've done these videos in these trucks. And then yesterday, Toyota expands the recall on the 3.4-liter twin-turbo V6 for engine debris, which basically means new engines. And they basically doubled the amount of vehicles they recalled. So, what do you do with that? I got guys in the comments who, it's funny, I just saw this, just did it yesterday on TikTok. One guy says, hey, that Tundra's supposed to be reliable, what the hell happened? Next guy goes, it is reliable, you just get a new engine. It's whatever your viewpoint is. So yes, at some point, if you have a gasoline version of the Toyota Tundra, you will get a new engine. It's gonna be a pain in the butt. You gotta leave it at dealership for a while, they gotta replace it. Yes, and the hybrid versions, that's the cute part of this whole deal. They don't get recalled because they still could have motive power moving forward. So toss those guys out. So that leaves us with this brand, Ram or Dodge, whatever you want to call these days. A lot of guys still call them Dodge. Some guys call them Ram. I call them Ram as a journalist because that's how I report on the brands. They're terrible, right? Chrysler has always had awful reliability. Always. It's known. Dodge, terrible. 2003, 2000 to 2005, on carcomplaints.com, they get the award for the worst reliability ever in the history of that website. But here's the thing. That was 20 years ago. You know who gets the awards for the best quality today? Ram. I know. I can't believe it either. I've done this job 15 years. And in that period of time, I've always placed Ram at the bottom of reliability, except for the last 5 years. They went to a ZF transmission, fixed their transmission issues. ZF is a well-known transmission manufacturer globally. The Hemi, yeah, they've had some lifter issues over the years. They've had ticking issue over the years. Some people have had that, some people haven't. Okay, they brought that back. They didn't address it at all. But I've talked to people who've had good luck with the Hemi engine. This Hurricane engine, it's underneath the hood of this RHO. It's been out in the Jeep Wagoneer for 2 years. Now this it'll come out 26, it'll be the 4th year, model year, it'll be on for sale. They had some issues with melting catalytic converters. It was an adjustment in the software, I think, with the way the the engine was revving on certain models. They had some issues with the plastic thermostat housing. Again, maybe revving too high or getting too hot in the engine bay on certain models. They fixed that. That's kind of what I got for you. The 3.6 Pentastar is also available in Ram trucks. So you can get the smaller V6, which is more like a work truck situation. I just had a guy in our forum at forum.pickuptrucktalk.com talk about he had the lifters replaced on his Pentastar, which I've never even heard of that as something coming up as a failure issue. So that was interesting. But overall, it's strange to say, but Ram is right now the most reliable truck in the marketplace. Isn't that crazy? Yeah. Who'd have thought? So you can head my friends at Mark Dodge. I'll give them a little plug here. They give you big discounts on new trucks. You can get a variety of these trucks. I've seen them. Tradesman, you start at $40,000. This one is an RHO. This one gets 82. But with the Mark Dodge discount, I got 10 grand off. Pretty badass looking truck. You can get really nice interiors, really good exteriors, and that 3-liter Hurricane performance, even in standard output, it's pretty damn good. And I'm towing with this high output version of it, and it tows like a damn diesel. So no problem there at all. Yeah, just kind of crazy. Now I'm gonna sell this truck and buy either a GM or Ford next year, because that's my business plan. That's how I do the business on this channel. So I'm not a paid spokesman at all. I don't make a dollar off. Ram doesn't sell me anything. Actually, I was with Ram having a drink the other night at SEMA, and we were joking around if my check was still in the mail. Because it's hilarious. People think I get paid. It's funny. So no, I don't get paid at all from these guys, but damn it, they make a nice looking truck, the good interior, good performance. The engine, I like the Hurricane engine. You drive it back to the Hemi. If you're looking for extra cylinders, if you want to count cylinders and you want a better exhaust note, the Hemi's the way to go. But if you want more power, you want smoother offline power, you want better fuel economy, the Hurricane, which is their 3-liter inline 6 twin turbo engine. So after this week and everything going on with the reliability, and there's going to be people I know in the comments right now going to say there are no reliable 2026 trucks. I'm not sure that's true, because this seems like is the sweet spot. This seems like the Ram is doing the best job right now, reliability. I haven't really seen many recalls in this. I haven't seen any big issues so far. Knock on fake wood, whatever, inside the cabin. So if that's the truck you're looking for, reliability is one of your key aspects of it, I'd go Ram right now. That'd be my answer to that question. So what else happened this week? I did a bunch of videos at SEMA with these lifted trucks with all these modifications. That's crazy. There's a farm truck I did that was really kind of cool. I like that farm truck a lot. We talked about the Duramax, or not, excuse me, the Allison transmissions with GM. Discussed that matter. We discussed how medium duties will have the Allison transmission. Just big news on that deal. So yeah, we had a lot of details on the website with some Rockford Fosgate speakers as well. I'll have some more details on that, and I'll have some details on that Ford story for next week. And I also have another story next week about General Motors really screwing over their customers, and not in the way you think about. This is a nasty issue, and I actually told the GM PR rep I was talking to, I'm like, this isn't good for you guys. So be on the lookout for that one. But I think that's what I got to say in this video. Yeah, I got 238 miles to go till I get to a place to rest my head and bunker down for the night. But I hope you're having a good Friday. I hope you're enjoying your drive or whatever you're up to today. Make sure to check out other videos on the channel over here, website down below as well, pickuptrucktalk.com. As always, thanks for watching. I will see you down the road.